Good morning everyone, Sam here from My Needle, coming to you from the lower North Island of New Zealand. It is Sunday the 28th of March and I thought I'll come and give you a update on my cross stitch and where I'm up to. It has been a little while again since I've recorded. I just checked and my last video was at the beginning of February. So that's because obviously I work full time, also study, family, life, birthdays, wedding anniversaries, family, coming to visit, all that got in between. So it is what it is. My stitching has slowed down a bit just because of the hours I do with commuting and such from the Wairarapa where I live into Wellington and back. So that's a 3-hour commute every day, which I do on the train. So yeah, not much in the way of stitching in the hours after work, but it is what it is. So what do I have for you today? I have a couple of finishes, I have some haul, I have a product review, and I have some new starts and some whip updates. I don't know how long this is going to be, but it'll be what it is. So what we'll do, I think, is I'll start with my finishes. So I have two finishes to show you. The first one is out of the Winds of Autumn Blackbird book. And I actually done this one here, the October 31st. I stitched mine using Victorian Motto Sampler Shop Various Violets, which is a variegated purple. This was my birthday start this year and I finished it within a week, I think. I stitched it on 28 count Lugana from Country Stitch in the colour Cappuccino. And this is my finish. So the way I stitched this is I was doing 1/4 of a chart at a time before I could do something else. Take about a week. That's finish number 1. Finish number 2 is an oldie I pulled out. I've been working on this since I think about 2017, 2018, and I put it away for a number of years. I don't know why, I just got frustrated with it, so I pulled it out, unpicked a lot and restarted some stuff. So this is, oh sorry for the glare, Plum Street Samplers Harvest Keeper. And I stitched this with a mix of the called for and whatever I felt like. It's done on a 32 count vintage Café Mocha. Yeah, Café Mocha. And here's my finish. So it is different from the called for, but that's alright. There are some mistakes, but I don't care, they're staying. So that's my finish there. One of the big differences is I changed the colour of her dress. So in the cover it's quite a grey, and I had this Victorian Motto, excuse me, that went from grey to purple. So I done her dress in that, and I cut out some of the grey as I went along. So I went grey, purple, it was reddy purple colour. So yes, I'm very happy with that. That's an old whip off my list. Very pleased. And that's my second finish since I last seen you. I've talked about previously that my plan for this year is to get my whips down, but for that to happen I need to stop starting things, and I've started 2 things since I last saw you. I purchased off a lady in our local New Zealand cross stitch buy and sell page. She was selling these My Lady needle charts, so that's the Quaker roll, and then she had the Quaker roll, I can't even pronounce that, I'm not even going to do that, but it's like a scissor case, needle fob and a pin cushion, and then another one where this one comes with the ruler, but you make the ruler case for it. So I actually started one of these. I started this on the same day that I started October 31st, which was my birthday. And I have started the Quaker roll. Mix of called for and conversion. I'm doing this on a 20 count Aida in sand, I believe. That's what I'm up to. So I'm doing this one floss thread over one square on 20 count Aida, which would mean it's the same size as the called for, which it calls for 40 count linen. And that's my little start. I started that and I've put it away because I feel guilty for starting things. But that didn't make me stop starting another one. So I have started another Heaven and Earth Designs story keep. I'll put a picture in here of what it is. It's the Jack Skeleton and Sally one. I'm a big Jack fan. I'm stitching this on 25 count easy grid 2/1 stitch, and yesterday I got in just shy of 1,000 stitches. So that's the whole width of it. As you can see, I did try the diagonal method and I don't like it, so I'm going back to what I know. These gaps are in here, colours are missing, so they're on my list to order, but that's the whole width of the design. So what I've done is I came 10 by 10 this way and I'm going 10 by 10 that way, and I'm just going to crisscross all the way up. Yes, back to parking, but I think it's the easiest on this one because there's a lot of colour changes. A lot of ninja stitches here and there, so I can pick them up as I go. Love it! To there. And those are my starts. So what we'll do is we'll go into my stuff I've been working on, my progress or my current whips, or works on progress. This time round I have touched a lot of stuff. I didn't realise how much until I pulled it out, and I've actually, yesterday I put in over 500 stitches on 2 other full coverages, which I thought was pretty cool. I was just feeling a little bit antsy, and that I set myself a goal. So yesterday I had to put 500 stitches in 2 other full coverages, and then I could swap to something else. I got this bag off Christine from the Wellington 2020 Stitches Retreat. So I've decided I'm keeping my full coverage pieces in here. So what did I work on yesterday? Not that one. I put a picture in here of what it will look like when it's finished. So both of these, all of my full coverages, these ones anyway, from Heaven and Earth, are getting worked on 25 count easy grid 2/1 stitch. So as I said, I got in over 500, and here I am. That's my part threads. So I have started doing this one the same as the Jack Skeleton. So coming out doing 10 by 10. I think this one about this wide. Yeah, it's a bit wider. Maybe out here? I can't remember. Bring it in. A lot of black and green in there. Lots of shades of green. You can kind of see it. So this is the bottom of the curlicue, the holes the witch's bowl in. So I think this might be the orb or whatever you want to call it with the witch in it. This might be the outline there. I'm very pleased with that. So it's going to be a long piece when it's done, which is fine. And then I pulled out my Evil Queen Story Keep, another Heaven and Earth, another one done on 25 count, 2/1/10. This is where I am on this one. This is 39% complete. Ours is filling in up here. Because this has a lot of black at the moment, this is quite easy. So I go in my sections and do all the black and then come and fill in the gaps. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. I think this is as wide as the Jack one, but it's going to be another long piece. Do those two, and my last full coverage, which is my quick stitch Tulip. I'll just get out and show you. I did have a goal of finishing this by May for the Cross Stitches retreat. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen because it was about 1,000 stitches a week and I hadn't touched it for 3 weeks since in between seeing you last and now, just because study got in the way. And now the paper's on pause. I've got 2 weeks of free time, so I picked this up and I've done a little bit. So last time I put in this yellow, I filled in some more of the solid ninja stitches in here. So Zeb, sorry this isn't going to be finished for the retreat, but I'm working on it. Found I'm missing some colours, so they're on my list to go order. This is another one that's getting done 2/1/10 stitch on 25 count. All of these are on Pattern Keeper, which I love. Love, love, love Pattern Keeper. That's all my full coverages. In February I did pick up this piece I've been working on for a while, this beast of a piece. Brickhouse Sampler by Brenda Gervais. So this is meant to be stitched on 28 count 1/1, which I started and I screwed up and it's too hard to unpick, so I restarted mine on 28 count 2/2 on the, is it Landsful? Mushroom Lugana. Here is mine. So that's the first page done. And I'm working on the middle. It's a 3-page chart. Just fold this up so I can show you. Oh, needles come out. Just show you what I've worked on this time. So I finished the house, the red in the house. I put all the flower ends in. Going back in, I started putting the black on the house. So once I've done that, I'm going to leave this grassy border here. I think I'm going to unpick it and do it a different way. So I need then you need a back stitch the lines across the steps, then the bottom border, and then I think one of the alphabets, and finish an alphabet on this side, and then it'll be the 3rd page done. And then it's just a repeat of the 1st page on this side. So a repeat of this goes over here. Love it. That's where I'm up to on that one. I have been also a little bit working on my birthday start from 2019, which is Nora Corbett Pansy. I love this, 1 because I love pansies, and 2 because it's purple. I'm still working in down here. It's a stitch on 32 count antique white. And I just put in some colours in here. I think what I'll do is this will be, I'm going to have to move this around on the hoop because I got a Lowry stand for my birthday, which is pretty cool. So I've been stitching on that a lot. And I want to put this in there so I can get some more space. So I need a bigger hoop, I think, as well. So I've been working on her a little, slow and steady. I picked up another oldie, my Dimensions kit, Victorian Charm. I have worked on a little bit actually. No, there's a cover plate. There we go. So this is getting done all on the, with everything from the kit. So a stitch on 18 count navy Aida. And I'm up here on this section. Now I have my light, it's actually a lot easier to stitch on this. So I have, oh, there we go, I have put this lot in, done the little bits in here, and I've started doing, so this is the edge of the page, it's where the sharp ends. So I've been just filling in the background, because the plan is I do the background, do this bit to there, and then I can back stitch all that and then move again. So this is the halfway line for the chart. And on this, I've actually pulled or cut all the threads off the cards. In my haul, I got some floss away bags, and I was getting sick of those cards and then trying to have to put the loose threads on. So I've got the floss away bags, and I've just labelled all the colours on there. So that's how I keep my Dimensions threads. I think I'm going to do that for all of them apart from my Indian peacock, because I've already done something similar with that. There's two more things to show you. This piece I was working on for my husband's niece for her first birthday. I didn't get it finished in time, so I've picked we sent over 2 different pieces I'd already finished. Another Bothy threads, Gorjess girl, which has found my family in a book. We sent her that finished, and then I sent her Alice in Wonderland by Soda Stitch because her name's Alice. I thought it was very cute. I was working on this one for her, the Ladybird. This is stitched on the kit Aida, which is 14 count. And I have done her face and some more of her dress. This is the last of it. Polka dots are printed on it. That's very cool. And the last piece I have been working on, actually worked on this a little bit last night. Jaden Prive, Cat Lovers. So last time you saw it, I'd only done this first motif because I'm a bottom left starter, so I started down here. I've done this motif and the heart. This is being done on 28 count Lugana in the colour Mushroom from Country Stitch. Just take a side off the Q-snap so you can see the whole thing. Plus I need to move it anyway. So there it is with the call for DMC. My plan is with some of this stuff is I'm going to actually turn some of my stitching into bags. So when I finish something that I'm like, yep, I want that to be on my bag, on the front of my bag, I'm going to try and find fabric, quilting fabric that matches some of the stitching, and just do, oh, is it Bumble Stitches tutorial where she does the squares for patchwork. She's done like a square, little squares, and then turned it into a bag front, whereas I'm going to put my stitching and then I want the squares around the outside. Anyway, drink time. What else? All that's left now is my purchases and a product review. So I did order some needles. So they came in. They're Bowen size 26 and 24. That's what I use. My 100 floss away bags for my dimensions kits. I did purchase myself for my birthday these two little notebooks from Gorjess Girl. If you know me, you know I've got a little bit of an obsession with them. I love them. I've got, I think, 1, 2, might have 2 or 3 other kits on the go, and I've got another one in my stash to be started, and when I find them cheap I buy them because they don't make them anymore. I've had 2 months worth of fabric come in from Catherine at Country Stitch. This was February's, which is 28 count Lugana and then the colour Fern. And then a small cut of 28 count in Limestone. And then I'll take this one out the bag. That was February's. March's was a 32 count Lugana and Cowrie. And this is actually pretty mottled, which I like. And then the other one is 28 count Hokey Pokey, which is another mottled one. It's pretty cool. So I done October 31st on the small cut and I only used half, which was pretty cool. I got that left as well. I also purchased Blackbird Design A Joyous Day. Did not realise that this is actually an anniversary piece that they've turned it into. This is the original. And then they've turned these into that. So I'm thinking I might just do the centre part with the borders as our anniversary piece, and then 1 drum, 2 drum. And not do the borders on these. I'll do the bottom border, and that's it. And maybe the top border on that, and do a top, maybe a top border? I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking. Because I don't want to do the whole piece as one. Scissors. I got a purple pair from the Wellington Stitches Retreat, so I bought a pink set. They're really good. And then, early February, around Waitangi Day, I went to Judith's house. Hi Judith, who's a fellow stitcher here in Wellington, and with her lovely help, because I was stuck. She helped me do a bag, so thank you very much, Judith. So it's very cool. So it has a whip in there, but I haven't worked on that, so I'm not showing it. And then the last thing to show you is I purchased a pre-printed canvas design, Crosstrek chart. I got this off a shop on Facebook. I paid $20 including shipping, and it got here within 4 weeks from China. Now I did not know when I purchased it, it was a Joy Sunday. Which we know are notorious for copyright infringements. I had a look and I couldn't find this design had been done by anyone. So I purchased this one. This one is a full coverage. I did not realise that either. So this is full coverage. And this came the front cover. It's actually in a plastic resealable bag, which is pretty cool. And I'll just pull it all out and I'll show you what came. So on the back of this, it's got instructions on how to stitch, and then the front cover, and then you get a full glossary colour chart, which you don't really need because these are printed. Got the floss cards with all the colours sorted, and these are actually all DMC colours, or the equivalent of DMC is not DMC, it's very silky, which is alright to use. They came with multiple needles, and then this, which is printed on. So it's quite stiff, which doesn't seem to loosen up very well. So I have made a start on it. I've done all the white border, I've started on the black border, so all the lime green is black. Done some white stitches in here, some purple in there and there. So basically how this works, see the DMC numbers, that's the colour and that's the number that's on the floss card. So anything, so the black is, so black down here, no, it's 310 lime green, so anything that's lime green you know is 310, and it's number 4 on the floss card. So you go to number 4 on the floss card, and look, they've given me more black here, and then I just pick one strand of that off the card, and then I do the loop method to start. So yeah, I thought I'd give this a go. To be honest, this is quite nice when I've done a hard long day at work. I'm tired and I don't want to have to count. I quite like doing this. I just wish I had picked a smaller non-full coverage. I didn't realise it was. That's okay. I'm going to keep plugging away at this. This is going to take ages because it is a large chart. What's this? A3? Yeah. It's two A4s put together. So it is big, it is full coverage, there is no back stitching. I do like this. Being a crazy cat lady, of course I picked the cat. And I didn't think it was too bad for $20 for a full kit that's printed. What does it say? It's 120 wide by 178 high. And then supposedly once you've done all the stitching, you give it a warm bath and let it sit for about 3 hours, and all the coloured print should disappear. So we'll soon see if that happens. So yeah, I don't know what the chart's called. A striped cat. That's what it's called. So yeah, that's been easy stitching. I don't have to stitch with my light on that one because it's on pre-printed Aida, which is 14 count. So when I was looking for this to try and see how it goes, a lot of the designs on this website was 11 count 4 strands or 14 count 3 strands, and I purposely went looking for a 2 strand because I don't like doing 3 strands on 14 count. But yeah, that's fun at the moment, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm not going to do plans because we all know my plans never stick. I am still trying to get my whip count down, so the way I have sorted my stitching is I have a chest which is next to my stitching chair, and on top of, in the side the chest is all my whips, my current whips, all my active whips. And what I've done is I've pulled out a stack, so all the Judith bags sit on top because they don't fit in there anyway. So I take them and my full coverage, my dimensions, kits. So I've got this one and the Victorian Charm and the Peacock, which is on my lap stand. They don't go in the chest either because they can't fit. So they're all left out, and then I pick one old whip that I want to work on, and then that's the lot I pick from to work on, which is about 10 different whips I can choose from, which is quite nice. And then I'll work on them, and when I finish something I can pull something else out of the chest to then work on. But I'm really trying really hard not to start anything else. So that's the plan at the moment. Because it is early, I'm just going to upload this video, do some editing, no before pictures this week, just the charts so you can see what they are, and then yeah, into stitching and some housework. Empty house. So thank you everyone for coming and checking in and checking out my video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.